One of the really handy features in WordPress is the ability to organize your admin screens exactly the way you need them. In this video, I demonstrate the key ways that you and your clients can customize this admin interface. And let's start with the most important feature of the admin interface, and that is this menu, the side menu with all the different sections in it. If we go in here, we'll see the very right-hand side of each section, there's a down arrow. If I mouse over, you'll see this little down arrow. If I click on that while I'm in Dashboard, I click on anything else, I can open these up like this. Now, if I leave it like this, a cookie will remember that I've opened it. So wherever you are, if you open one of these deliberately, the cookie will keep it open for you. And I usually leave posts and pages open all the time because I'm constantly going there. Once you're used to the menu, you may want to save a bit of real estate on your screen by collapsing. I'll show you what that looks like. There's a little line here, and when you mouse over it, a left-hand arrow appears. If you click on that, it's going to collapse the menu. Now, I had left some of these open. Let me close posts and pages. And if I do that again, you'll see it's just icons. But if I mouse over the icons, I will see the submenu items for them. So you're always able to get to them, but they take up a little less space than they do normally. Now, a new addition to WordPress 3.1 is the ability in your profile to create an admin bar. Show admin bar here, and we're just going to say show it while we're in the dashboard. So I'll go down here and update my profile. Now look up at the top here. There's a little menu with some basic items on it, like my profile, add new pages, and so forth. But the beauty is that it stays in place. So even on a really long page, I can still always access, add a new post, or get to my menus and so forth. You can't customize this menu. Somebody will probably come up with a plugin that will do that. But it's got a lot of the key things you're going to need anyway. Very, very handy new addition they put in. Let's look at some other ways to customize the dashboard. These are quite handy when you have all these boxes. Everything's in little sections or boxes on the screen here. But let's say, for example, that I use recent drafts more than I use quick press. All I have to do is when the hand icon comes up, I can, or the drag, whatever your drag option is, it'll show you that, and notice that there's a little dotted gray box showing up there. That means when I let go, that's where it's going to drop in. There we go. So now recent drafts is on top of quick press. The other thing I can do too is if I don't use quick press a lot but I want it there, I can just collapse it just like we did with our menu. I just collapse it or open it up again. I could leave it collapsed so that I know it's there, and then I've always got access to it, but it's not taking up a lot of space or visually cluttering my screen. In this new edition of WordPress 3.1, another thing they've done to try and reduce some of that clutter is if I go to Add New Post here, they've taken a lot of the boxes off the screen by default. Now you can get them back by using this area up here called Screen Options. You just drop it down and you get a list of all the possible boxes for this particular screen. And of course, this is contextual. It'll depend on what screen you're on. In this case, let's say, for example, I want author to appear. By default, it's not showing right now. So if I scroll down, there's author. The author box is showing. And again, I can move boxes around. Let's say I'm a newspaper and I've got lots of authors. I want to have my authors up over here. I can put them right underneath publish. I just drag it here and put it underneath publish. Sometimes it gets a little finicky on the screen. There we go. Now authors, I'll close Screen Options, authors are readily accessible right under my publish area. So again, I can customize the location of the boxes. One other thing on Screen Options you can do is currently there are two columns, this main column here and then the side column. You can get rid of those by just clicking one and it'll collapse it to just the single column. One final thing that we should look at that's very handy to be able to do, I'm just going to close my Screen Options there. This text area here, this is where you're going to be creating your content for this particular post. I can go in here, and you'll see at the very side, right hand side here, there's like 3 little lines at the corner of the box, and when I mouse over them I get a new cursor which is telling me I can drag on it and pull the box down. So now the box is longer. I've got more space to work with. That can be very handy. I can also use my button bar here and toggle so that the entire screen is my text editor. If you've got a lot of images you're working with, or you just don't want the rest of the page to be showing and cluttering your view, you can just get rid of it, bring it back easily by clicking on the button. So those are a few of the ways that you can customize WordPress to make your workflow a lot easier.